Hi, welcome back to Reverend Sam and the Church of the Spinning Wheel. Recently, a friend of mine asked me to start doing guitar demos again. So I'm going to start with my wife's PRS Custom 24. This is the Korean-made SE model. They retail for about $750, and it's a pretty good guitar. If you don't know, about 8 months ago, my wife started playing guitar and started learning to play guitar. And Mishka Shubali hooked her up with a really nice Epiphone Les Paul Elite. And after playing that for about 7 months, she bought herself a new guitar, something she had picked out, something she had researched. And the way my wife researches something, she had to have been researching it for like 3 months before she actually pulled the trigger on it. She's very, very happy with it. I'm very happy with it. So let's get to it. Let's get to the pros and cons of her PRS Custom 24 SE. First off, this is an incredibly comfortable guitar to play. I mean, it is just the belly cut on it, everything, whether you're sitting or you're standing, it's just really, really comfortable. It's probably the most comfortable guitar to play that we have in the house, and we have several guitars. The build quality is amazing for a budget-friendly guitar. I mean, there is just not a single flaw on this thing. Everything works as it should. All the pots work and they feel good. You know, sometimes the cheaper guitars, the more budget-minded guitars, all of the components can feel really, really cheap and really flimsy. These don't. I mean, they feel almost as good as my $2,500 Gibson Les Paul. Speaking once again to the build quality, the fret dressing on this is amazing. I mean, the frets feel just so good. I've almost given up on guitars that don't have a bound neck because the frets always feel like crap along the edge. The way they dress these frets, it is absolutely perfect. I mean, it is so comfortable and smooth and just absolutely perfect. The tuning stability on this guitar it's phenomenal. It stays in tune as well, if not better, than any other guitar in the house. The only thing that even comes close is my 1981 Gibson L6S, which will just stay in tune forever. This thing, you barely ever have to touch the tuning on it, which I was surprised because it does have a trem on it. So I was pretty amazed with that. The trem system works really, really well. The guitar was set up pretty good when we got it. Of course, we got this guitar during this whole coronavirus pandemic thing, so we had to get the guitar shipped. I had to tweak the truss rod a little tiny bit and adjust the string height a little bit, but other than that, it was pretty close. And I didn't really need to. I wanted to just to make it just a little bit nicer. The beauty of this guitar, it's a beautiful guitar. I mean, it is an absolutely beautiful guitar. The flame maple top, which I believe is about 1/4 inch, is what it looks like. I haven't pulled the pickups out of it and to really look at the depth of the maple cap or anything, but I'll take their word for it until I actually have to do any kind of work on this thing. It's not a perfect book match, but it's real close. I mean, it's real close, but it's just absolutely stunning guitar to look at. So let's get to the negatives for me. And these are my opinions. These are not, these aren't, the headstock part, that's not really an opinion. That's just a fact. The one issue I've found with this shape headstock is when you're changing strings, your string winder hits this part of the headstock, and it slows you down considerably. When I'm changing strings, I like to go real fast while I'm doing it because I just don't really want to be doing it. You know, that's a pretty easy one to fix if she ever wants to upgrade to locking tuners. Then you're not winding them as much, and you won't be bashing your headstock with your string winder. Retrieving the strings out of the bridge, because this is a string through design into the trem. We had to fight the when we first did a string change on this, we had to fight those out of there. They were stuck pretty good. I don't know if that's the way it's going to be every single time. It'll probably break in after a couple of string changes, but it was kind of a pain in the ass to get the strings out of there. The only other issue that I have with this guitar is the pickups. They sound pretty good. They sound great for a $700 guitar. Pickups for humbuckers are a little noisy, and they sag out quite a bit when you're playing really high gain stuff, which is mainly what I play. It's not really it's not really an issue. Like, you can definitely play through it, or you could just turn the gain down a little bit, like a tiny little bit, and it probably wouldn't be an issue at all. When I played it clean, it was absolutely perfect. It sounded great. Like I said, these pickups are a little bit noisy. That might have to do with it having a coil split. It seems like every guitar I've ever seen that had a coil split or a coil tap had more noise than what I think a humbucker should have. Other than that, it sounds pretty damn good. I did 2 playthrough demos that I'll give like a minute and a half of each one. The high gain demo, the more metal demo, will be played through my CR120 and CR60 in stereo. The 120 is pushing through a 2x12 cab with vintage 30s in it. The CR60, I believe, has a Voice of the World, and recorded everything through Sennheiser 609s, you know, just straight in front of the cones of the speaker. Then the clean playthrough will be through that 1967 Fender Twin Blackface edition and a SM57. And the lead on the clean demo, I had a valve driver. That was a valve driver, and a little bit of delay was the only thing that I had going as far as effects. So I hope you enjoy the video. Once again, please hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you soon.